next move is. I know.
My name is Tiffany Finch, and I am the Center Director here at Cambridge Little Achievers.
My name is Josh Larrabee. I'm the Executive Director for Grove Fairfield Economic Development Association, and I was also one of the project managers from inception of this project to opening.
Yes, we are licensed for a capacity of 185 children. We currently have 109, which is fantastic in just a little over 4 months. So we're moving along quickly and strongly. We are serving children age 6 weeks to 12 years with an infant program, a 1-year-old program, a 2, a 3, 4-year-old program, as well as a school age and summer program, which we're super excited about. It's our first year. We have a lot of fun things planned for our summer program.
You know, from inception, from an economic development standpoint, our nonprofit organization was very interested in being able to attract and retain more workforce to our community, particularly in our existing employers that are already here. And childcare was one of those barriers to being able to attract and retain more workforce in our community. So we're set up as a independent nonprofit 501c3 that was born out of a number of community members coming together who wanted to participate in the project.
The first reaction is it's a beautiful building. What a blessing it is to have this in Fairfield, Iowa. I've shared my previous experiences of other locations throughout Iowa, and we are one of the top places in the state of Iowa, all donated by the community, which is very, very rare.
The timing of this project was, well, we were very excited, but the timing might not have been any worse in terms of the pandemic and cost of materials increasing and inflation. But the really exciting thing is we were able to move forward because Carl A. Nelson company was able to come on board and help us value engineer our project. And what was most important to us is that we were able to maintain the number of spaces, 185 spaces through the value engineering process, and also maintain quality. We did have to give up some nice to haves as we characterize it, but we're very pleased. Carl A. Nelson company, especially Tad Morrow and Chris Smith, were very, very helpful to get us to a point where we have a product that we're very helpful with and save almost 30% on the project to get us back on budget. We can't speak highly enough about Carl A. Nelson Company. The leadership behind the project in terms of the construction phase, we're all working professionals in the community, and this was a additional project that we were working on. Many of us not in the construction world, so the professionalism and the knowledge and the experience that Carl A. Nelson brought to the table was one of the greatest values of the project. The GMP, or the guaranteed maximum price, definitely made us feel safe, and the project was kept on time. There was always a project manager on site working with Avery, so that brought us a lot of assurance. And the team at Carl A. Nelson found some construction methods that made the project more efficient to keep it on time.
I think something that really stood out to me was Tad and Avery's ability to we engaged a lot together, and we had a really strong relationship, and that's really important to keep things on time. As far as my delivery, when I need to order things, what my involvement is within the building, and we had a very, very nice relationship that just kept us all on track and an open communication. So that was a really strong piece of Carl A. Nelson. Absolutely. Our biggest one right off the bat was the flooring. The flooring is beautiful. However, carpet can be sometimes challenging in the sense of spills or just things getting on carpet and cleaning, where the linoleum, the specific material that we use for that, is extremely easy to clean up. So Tad and I and Avery had met, and he somehow amazingly was able to figure out to almost cut in half the amount of carpet that was in the building with no additional cost to us. We had some extra to then make it more user friendly for our staff to have more of the vinyl flooring within the building.
And that was right before installation.
Yes,
so it was like
yes.
One of the amazing things was
Yes.
you were able to work with him and make that pivot
Yep.
right before
Yeah.
installation. Yeah, we can't say enough. Carly and Nelson was very responsive to us throughout the process as we maybe realized things about the design that needed to be changed, or like Tiffany had mentioned, different finishes that needed to be changed. So Carly and Nelson helped us make changes and adapt to our needs throughout the construction process, which there wasn't many, which was very nice. So that excellent communication that Tiffany mentioned was really, really helpful. And the construction management portion, where you have somebody really taking full ownership of the project with their client, such as the child care center here, was incredibly valuable.
They went above and beyond in a few areas as well, knowing that there was many moments that I was alone doing some of these, whether it was putting things together or unboxing. We had received $150,000 worth of our furniture, and Avery and another one of the team, they helped me unbox everything and put it together, and he was so helpful. That was not under the original description of what they were going to be doing. So just little things like that, they were extremely helpful to me, and to help make sure explain how all of our utilities are going to work. They were over accommodating when it comes to making sure that I was set up for success.
In addition, I would say the open phone line has been still there to call after we open, as we're learning things about the building and its operations and its functions. So we still are in contact. We try to respect that line of connection, and we haven't had many things come up, but Tad and Avery have been incredibly available since we've opened and as things have come up. So. I think one of the best values is the construction manager at risk process, where you have somebody really on board, fully on board with you, looking at the project holistically from start to finish, down to the last penny that you're going to spend, and having that relationship with a construction manager at risk and adapting to things throughout the process and communicating with you is one of the most valuable pieces of working with Carly Nelson in our experience.
Most importantly is just their customer service and their relationship. The hands-on that they had daily with us to make sure that we were set up for success. No question was a wrong question. They were very just daily, just communicating with us. It just made it a very seamless process, which it's hard to find these days. And so they made it as simple as possible for us, as not individuals in that industry, to make this entire project a success.
Working with Carly Nelson really feels like a friendship. There was times that I was on the phone throughout this project, whether it be 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. Tad at Carly Nelson would be there for us, taking our calls and answering our questions. And so that feeling and that experience is throughout the entire process, from inception, but also after the project is completed. Carly Nelson is still in the community here, participating and giving back, checking in on the project, and then also looking at how else they can invest in the community.
I've seen them in multiple areas. They were kind enough to come back to our ribbon cutting, which is always fun to see the final product. Both Josh and I have been on other committees within the school district that we've seen Carly Nelson at. I know they've done a lot for the hospital as well. So when you have those really strong entities within the community that are standouts, that is what makes and forms a community, and they're a big part of it. It says something. They're trusted in this community. They're committed to this community, and they're valued. So there's a big reason why they're chosen for those projects.